Hey y'all, I'm back. I'm here with another video. So if you would like to know what this is my little cap. I don't have my gown on, but it's fine. If y'all didn't see my last video, I have graduated school, okay? I now have my MBA, Master's of Business Administration, okay? So because I can't have an actual like graduation because of like COVID and stuff like that, like I'm just gonna sit on here with my cap, okay, and my little task, okay, and I'm just gonna celebrate myself. So I win. Yay. Okay, so let's get into the review. I'm going to wear this the whole review. I'm serious, y'all. Like, I'm going to wear it because I deserve, okay? So let's get to it. So, 90 Day Fiance. I know y'all I'm a little bit behind. I'm sorry. It's been a lot going on. But anyway, let's get to it. So, who we going to do first? Let's do Rebecca and Ziad. Okay, so where we're at with them is Rebecca is going to go get Ziad from the airport. Her daughter and her, I don't know. It's like I like her daughter's boyfriend, but I don't like. I like him because he do seem like he don't really play no shit. But at the same time, I don't want to. I hope he is not a Trump supporter. Like that's the vibes he gives me, but I don't want to like prejudge too harshly. But anyway, so yeah, so they're going to go. So she's going to go get Ziad, and when her daughter and her boyfriend comes over, they're like, okay, yeah, we gonna go too, and she's like, oh, okay, that's fine. So we'll see you there. But the daughter's like, no, we're driving there. Like you're gonna get in the car with us, and we're gonna drive there. And of course, her mom's like, well, I mean, I wanted a little, I wanted us to spend time together. I didn't know that they was gonna want to come, but I'm not gonna lie, her daughter is cautious, rightfully so, because the last boy that you deal with, that last little boy toy you had, who was half your damn age, and who was from, I think, Morocco, he played you like a fiddle. So it makes all the sense in the world that she would be like, no, we're about to come meet him. Like, we're gonna meet him one on one. It's just that simple, okay? So like I said, so yeah, so they end up going to go and get him or whatever. They go to the airport. She sees him. I can't believe she was sending those like the Photoshop pictures. It did look like her, but it just, yeah, I guess it just made her look a little bit younger. But anyway, so she came or whatever. I mean, he came, got there, everything is cool. She's all excited. So then they go out to eat together because at first she was thinking, oh well, we're just gonna go home. They're like, no, we're going out to eat. Now I know some people will be like, well, how are you okay with that, but you're not okay with the whole situation with who wasn't talked about this episode, Brandon and Julia. Um, I can understand somebody being tired and getting off of a flight and wanting like to go straight home. What they do, I get that. But I feel like this is a little different because this is not her first time at this rodeo. So like, let's just get to it. I want to meet him. I want to talk to him. Let's get to it. So they go out to eat, and they're just talking to him, seeing how he's doing, and the boyfriend, the fiance, I think that's what that is. I think that's her fiance. Ask Axiet, like, so what are you planning on doing, as far as work? Now I answered it before he did. I'm like, well, he can't work for 6 months. That I do know that much from watching 90 Day Fiance a lot, and she did say that too. That's why she got him she got him an Xbox or PlayStation. She got him one of those things. But he was like, nothing. I'm like, I'm gonna sit at home. And he was like, well, I can't work for 6 months or whatever. And so they're like, no, we understand that, but like, what are you gonna do once you can work? And he's like, well, I don't know. I do think that that's a problem. Granted, he cannot work now, but I feel like before he came over, y'all should have had a plan about what he was gonna do once he came over here. Like, what field are you looking to get into? I don't know what Ziad did back where he's from, but if it's something similar, maybe we can kind of work with that. Or if it's something completely different, then even if you, this is the thing, even if you can't work, there are other things that you can do to prepare yourself to get ready for all of those other things, if that makes any sense. Like, you can start to research things, you can start to try to get your skills up in like little ways, even if you're not like actually like working, you know what I mean? So like, let's say for instance he wanted to get into construction. He can start by doing like little itty bitty jobs around the house, or finding somebody that they know and doing work for them. But there is stuff that he can do, and it didn't seem like he really had an idea. But I think that's both on him and Rebecca. That's both on them. So yeah, so that was really much Rebecca and Zia. Not much happened with them. But then we got Tariq and Hazel. So Tariq finally brings his daughter. What is her name? Is it Ari? Maybe it's Ari. Ariel? I'm gonna call her Ari because I feel like it's something like that. But he brings his daughter home, and I love how Tariq said, if they don't have a good relationship, the meanest relationship with her, like me and Hazel, is that I'm here for it, because there's so many fucking times on this show in particular where the women have chose their men over their kids so many times. Remember, I cannot think. Oh my gosh, I wish I remembered the freaking name of the woman. But okay, remember the woman, the white woman, who was dealing with the guy. Damn, I can't think of where he's from. But the whole time he couldn't speak like a lick of English. Like they had to use a little translator the whole time. And she has her sons, I think, are like Hispanic or whatever, and how they didn't get along with him, and how he ended up like leaving, but then he came back. Like it was a whole hot ass mess. It was a mess. So I'm glad that he said that, because facts, put your child first. So so the daughter ends up coming home. At first she, she's a little, but she ends up giving Hazel a hug and hugging her and stuff. So Hazel was really happy that the little girl likes her. I was gonna put up pictures, but I don't feel like it. I just want to get this video out. So I was gonna put up pictures here on the side like I normally do, but I don't feel like it. So y'all know who these people are. So then after that, they color and they do a little bit this, that, and the third, and she finally brings up her son. Like, now remember I told y'all on the last episode I was wondering if there was any plan about them bringing the son there, but she says how she hopes to bring her son very soon, and what I did notice, I'm sorry here, that I have in a note is when she first sat down, when his daughter first sat down and was coloring and stuff, you see Hazel go like, well, I don't have hair right now, my hair is up in here, but it kind of went like that because she had like two puff balls, and I caught that before she even said anything about combing her hair. I'm like, yo, she is gonna be she's very confused about the hair. Like, she's gonna be so confused about the texture of a black girl's hair, like of the black girl's hair. That's why she was just like, y'all ever see that little meme of the white people touching the girl afro and they're like, is it offensive? Hell yeah, it's offensive. Not for Hazel, but for any random non-person of color to come up and just start touching your hair. It's offensive. It's not, oh my gosh, look, it's offensive. And so she did say to him, she was like, so as far as combing, like, is it easy to comb her hair? He gonna lie and say, yeah. No, it is not. It is not. It's not gonna be easy the way it is to comb your hair. That's pretty much what he's trying to say. But don't worry, she got a mama, so I feel like there's not really too much that she probably gonna have to worry about. And Tariq has been there long enough. He could probably show her, how black people here get down. But I did find that interesting. Then Tariq friends end up coming over. I noticed Tariq has a lot of women friends. I'm not trying to say that there's anything bad with that, but I can tell you he has a lot of female friends. But I do like his friends a lot. I think that I love those black women. Like, they just give me, like, they're my aunties. Like, they were cracking me the hell up. They was telling the truth, like, about everything in a little confession. They was like, man, look, when he first told me, I was like, this is insane. And she was like, I really thought he was insane. And then they was like, man, the one lady, she was like, I mean, he lived right above me, and his bedroom was right above mine, so just saying, didn't think he'd get married. Makes sense. And so when they come over, they're talking to Hazel, and I was never nervous about Tariq's friends being nice to Hazel, because black people as a whole, we're very inviting people, like, period. Black people in general, not all of us, but like, we're actually extremely friendly. That's why it boggles my mind when, like, a lot of white people try to say, like, I don't know, it's weird, because we're actually very inviting. But anyway, so one of his friends had got her like a scarf or whatever, and you could tell she was really touched. She was like, none of my friends have ever gotten me anything because they couldn't afford to. But I like the way that they was trying to pretty much invite her, into the group and stuff. I love that the friend that did live upstairs from him, asked, like, so how are you doing, like, with being away from your son, And, she was like, it's hard. He lives with his father and his stepmother, so she would only really see him, like, once or twice a week, probably, like, on the weekends and stuff. But still, it's hard from seeing your child, like, on weekends to, like, not at all, and you can't even reach out and touch them. They did say, though, that they're working on getting the son out there. Hopefully within the next year they can do it. I hope so. I really hope so. And I hope she doesn't, I'm pretty sure she's going to struggle, but I hope she can, I hope she can be okay. I will honestly say that so far, out of all of these couples, like, people be like, oh, they're really here for the green card. I don't know why, but out of all of these couples, I really do believe that Tariq and Hazel really do care for each other. Like, I really don't think it's a green card situation. I really feel like she really cares about him. I don't know why, but that's really the vibes that I get. Out of everybody, I've questioned all of these people as far as their motives. But I never question Hazel. I don't know why. She just gives me, like, she's very fucking genuine. I don't know why, but that's what she gives me. And Tariq, too. every time I saw it, y'all know who this is about. Mike and Natalie. I cannot wait until next week. When I'm telling you, I cannot. We'll get to that in a second. So Natalie's talking about how she's not really feeling at home there, and she's been there 2 weeks, which that's understandable. Like I said, I'm giving Natalie the grace of trying to get used to being in America and getting used to being away from her family. I get that. But this is the thing. She said that she hasn't even unpacked any of her bags. And she said in her confessional because she felt like it would just be like easier for her to leave. Girl, this is how I feel like at the end of the day, you never really planned on staying. You never really planned on staying to me. If you move to a whole other country and you leave your bags packed, that's because you have every intention of getting the fuck out of there as soon as you can. And what I don't understand is if you are going to be married to this person, right? If you're going to be married to them and you and Mike have been talking for God knows how long now, you have to understand that you can't just pick up and go to another country when you're married. It don't work that way. You need to stay there and you need to fix your issues. That's what a marriage is about. A marriage is not, oh, we get into a fight, so I'm just gonna fucking leave. That's what boyfriend and girlfriends do. And honestly, that's not even a healthy boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. When every time somebody gets mad, you pack up your shit and leave. I had to cut that shit off early in my relationship. Like, if we have an issue, you can go in one room and calm down, and I'll go in another room and calm down, but eventually we're gonna have to come back together. But all of this, you packing up your shit and leaving, I ain't got time for that shit. So yeah, so that's that. So she talks to Mike. You know, she feels some type of way because she felt like Mike didn't make any space for her. I can understand her feeling a little bit away about that. Like, you know, you could have moved your clothes out. If you could have did this, you could have did that, and he didn't. And I understand that. But I also feel like you're using that as an excuse as to why you didn't unpack your bags, or you just didn't want to unpack your bags, and that's fine. Then the rest of the time about them two, it's just her more so complaining and wondering about whether or not she's gonna get a ring. But my thing is, if you won't even unpack your bags, why should I give you a ring? Why? Why? That's all that really happened there. She did talk to her mom, and she said that she doesn't tell her mom what's going on. Like most women don't tell their mom when they're having relationship problems because that's a conflict of interest across the board. Or at least you shouldn't really be telling your mother if you have like problems within your relationship. You really shouldn't. You should really go to like somebody else because you don't want to get your family involved in your relationships. I'm a very big stickler of like keeping your family out of your relationship business. I'm very big on that because once you are no longer mad, oh, they still will be, and they'll still hold it against that nigga. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, she wants to get a ring, and that's just kind of where she's at. But like I said, she told her mom everything's going good. Her mom really likes Mike and stuff. But let's talk about next week real fast, right? So next week on a preview, it shows her saying something about I don't know how the rest of y'all act around here. Like, y'all really low class. Like, I don't know about your ex-wife or anything like that, but she gives me, like, that's the type of person she is. And Mike, I cannot wait to see Mike go off. I'm so excited. I cannot wait for him to get together. He said low class. Low class, why do you think you're better than everybody? What is it that you have done with yourself that makes you feel like you're so above everybody? You want to talk about everybody being low class. What about you? What have you go off, Mike? I cannot wait so I can curse her out. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Brandon and Julia, we didn't get on them this week. We'll deal with them next week. Andrew and Amira. The only thing that's going on with Andrew and Amira is still in Mexico City custody, okay? Let's be real. I'm going to tell you why, Andrew. They don't really give a fuck about trying to tell you anything because you're a Yankee. You're a Yankee to these people. They don't give a fuck about you. They're not trying to help you. If they don't want it, they ain't gonna help you if they can. They do not care. Okay? He did have to sit on the phone with Amira's father and explain to him, you know, what was going on. And, you know, the Amira father is upset with him. I mean, I think he should be, I think it's okay to be upset with him, but you need to be upset with your daughter too. She's a grown-ass woman. And talk about, oh, well, you pushed her, but she's a grown-ass woman. And you sat down with her before she left and asked her if she was sure that she wanted to go. And she went. So, you blaming him about everything, you really the fuck shouldn't. Talk to your grown-ass daughter who made that decision. Although I do feel bad for her because on the next episode you see her crying and how she was in there for 3 days. That's terrible. So, yeah. Then we got Jovi and Yara. So, of course, Jovi is gone. Oh my gosh, white people really get on my nerves. Okay, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna tell you why. So, Jovi's friend Sarah is like, all right, I'm about to go hang out with Yara. So she goes to go and get Yara so that they can go to the nail salon, right? So they end up going to the nail salon. And tell me why on the way, Sarah is like, Where did he go to again? Did he go to Guyana? Guyana, like Goya beans, bitch. No, bitch. Guyana. Guyana. Oh my gosh. White people make me so freaking mad. It's not even funny. They make me so mad. Because, like, the willfulness of your ignorance is just too much for me. But even y'all was like, no, Guyana, like that, like Guyana. Like, is that what you're trying to say? Like, Guyana? Is that what you're trying to say, girl? Guyana. Like Goya beans. Bitch, get the fuck out of it. She probably think it's in Mexico. So when they get there, Sarah is pretty much asking, y'all are like, well, like, since you're out here, like, what you want to do? And she's pretty much saying how, she wants to open up her own shop, because she does makeup, and kind of similar to, like, the salon that they was at. She kind of want to open something like that, so, they can get a business started, and hopefully with the business being started, it'll make it so that, Jovi doesn't have to go and work as much. He can be home more. And, Sarah in her confession is like, I mean, I don't really know how that's going to work, because, like, Joey really loves his job, and I can't really see him giving it up. I don't either. The way that Joey has talked about his job so far on the show, it doesn't seem like it's something that he's willing to give up at all. Also, as far as the shop and stuff is concerned, girl, that takes a lot of capital, and that takes a lot of money. And this is not me trying to shit on anything, because my apartment is, I think, pretty much the exact same size as the apartment that they live in. It's the exact same size, probably a little bit smaller, because my hallway isn't as long. But, well, I'm saying all that to say, if y'all are living in an apartment that's small, right, and I'm pretty sure it's probably a lot of money, because he lives in a decent part of the city, like, how much money do you really think you have to go towards a shop? You know what I mean? Like, you're probably gonna have to actually get the fuck up and work, y'all. And I feel like that's probably something. I mean, she works, over there, but I feel like you're gonna have to grind. Like, you're gonna have to grind. You're gonna have to go out, and you're gonna have to find clients. Like, if you want to be a makeup artist out here, like, in New Orleans, you're gonna have to go out in a little bit. So yeah, I don't really know how that's gonna work out. Then you got Sarah, asking her, well, like, I'm a little bit, surprised that, Jovi's even getting married, because, the old Jovi, he would get really, really, really drunk. Like, he would pretty much act like how people in New Orleans, I don't want to say how everybody in New Orleans act, but what you would think a stereotypical person in New Orleans would do, which is, and I'm not saying that that's everybody, I'm saying stereotypical, which is, be drunk as hell. That's what she's like, drinking all the fucking time and don't remember shit from the night before. And we did hear about the strippers before, because I think he was talking to his mom about it, about, she's like, how you feel about strip clubs? And she was like, y'all was like, I mean, what you mean about strip clubs? She's like, I mean, Joey's a regular down there, and he probably done slept with almost all of them strippers. That's nasty. That's nasty. Like, I love strip clubs and I love strippers. Like, they're my favorite. Like, they're literally like my favorite people in the whole wide world. I love strippers. I love going to a strip club. G5 in Miami, like, damn near changed my life. It was so great. I got pulled up on stage and everything. It was a fun time. However, sleeping with them, all of them, that's nasty. That's not cute. That's disgusting. So she was telling her about that, and this is why I do like Yara. Yara is a smart cookie, because the minute that she said this, I thought the exact same thing. Yara said, well, I'm sitting here trying to figure out, why is she telling me all of this negative stuff about Jovi? I said, you are a smart cookie, Yara. Although you are a little bit probably like high maintenance, you a smart cookie, and you peeped that, because I peeped the same thing. I'm like, well, hold on. If this is your friend's fiance, and you're supposed to be here to try to make her feel more comfortable, why are you going around telling her all of the negative shit about him? Like, that's not really your place at all, and it comes off very haterish. Like, it comes off like you're mad or something like that. Like, it did. I'm sorry, that whole situation between her, that whole interaction, it gave me like, Sarah, you was trying to poke holes and shit to make it, not so that they wouldn't be together, but that she would question them being together. That's just how I looked at it. Yara, you a smart fucking cookie. You a smart cookie for peeping that. She ain't got to speak I mean, she do speak English, but she ain't got to know a whole bunch of English and pronouns correctly for her to peep the bullshit. I feel you, Yara. I'm here for it. And then finally we have Stephanie and Ryan. Okay, so now Stephanie, my boyfriend is ridiculous loud. Stephanie. Stephanie and Ryan, okay? So Stephanie pretty much figures out that she can't go to Belize because the borders are not opening again because of everything with Corona. And so she's been calling him back to back to back. Hold on. Babe! I'm so sorry, y'all. That just annoyed the fuck out of me. Like, I'm about to be on my own version of, like, 90 days behind bars. Like, 90 days behind bars, for real. Okay, so, Stephanie, like I said, so she keeps calling Ryan, and he's not picking up the phone or whatever. And so, yeah, so she's getting annoyed about that. So, eventually she gets on FaceTime with him. This is the first time we actually see Ryan. Ryan is over it. He's over Stephanie and her. Let me pull back, Justin. She's over him because see, I was gonna take it somewhere I didn't need to. Okay, but she's over. He's over it. You know, she's trying to talk to him like, why you ain't been communicating with me, and you know I can't come, and all this other stuff, and after all of the stuff I do for you, and you can't even do this, that, and the third from you can't even do something as simple as pick up the phone. Which I get what he's saying, but I agree with what he's saying too. He was like. He pretty much peeps the fact that she tries to buy his affection. Because even he said, he was like, look, at the end of the day, you want to talk about all of the stuff that you buy for me. I never asked you to buy it for me. You buy me stuff because you don't want to apologize. He's like, you getting me 15 pairs of shoes, 15 this, that, and the third, 10. I didn't ask for any of that. I didn't ask for none of that. You decided to buy all of that because that's what you want to do. And I do agree. I'm pretty sure he probably did ask her for money here and there, but I do agree with him when he's saying that she probably does try to buy his affection. I can absolutely see that. And he was like, you know, I don't like that. Like, I go to work and I come home. I go to work and I come home. Like, that's what I prefer to do. I prefer to go to work and get my money versus you just keep sending me money left and right. But that's what you're deciding to do. And then, of course, you know, I mean, I can't get mad at him because he does not know that she's paying his wages. So, in his head, it is, I'm going to work and I'm getting this money. Like, I don't really need you. So, I get where he's coming from. Then she pretty much says, like, oh, well, you know, if, you know, like, if you're gonna act like that, pretty much, like, then you can just kind of like stay over this, like, you don't want to come over here. And he said at first I was excited about coming over, you know, to a whole nother part of the world and all of this. He said, but now, like, not so much. And when she was like, you didn't even bring me up, because I honestly don't think that he gives a fuck about you. I'm sorry, Stephanie, I don't think Ryan gives a fuck about you. I think what he said is what he meant, which is that he was fucking with you because you was sending him and his people money, and he was excited about probably coming to America and seeing a whole different type of world. However, he's probably at the point where he's like, I would rather stay. Like, I'd rather live and die in Belize. I've been born here, so I'll live and I'll die here before I pick up all my stuff and go to a whole other country with somebody like you. And like, he's like this. She's like, so what are you trying to say? I'm crazy? Yes, girl. He said you a crazy ass white woman, and he'd rather stay where he's at in Belize than to pick up all his shit and go there and live with your crazy ass. I need Americans to stop being so damn cocky about America, because America really ain't shit. I mean, I know it's better than a lot of other places, but it really ain't shit. I just feel like a lot of people have in America, y'all are way too cocky when it comes to, oh, you don't want to come over here? Did you just see them white people run up in this Capitol? Hell no, I don't want to fucking come over here. Y'all are crazy. Y'all talk about us. No. Y'all are crazy. That's what it is. The arrogance of thinking that nobody, that just because it's not something that you're used to do, that somebody wouldn't want to stay somewhere where they've been born and live their entire life, and their family and their families have been there. It's arrogant for you to think that, oh, well, look at what I'm giving you. I'm giving you America. I'm giving you America. Like, fuck America. Like he said, I've been living in Belize my whole life. I can stay right the fuck here. I can stay right here my whole life and I'll be fine. Girl, Stephanie, you might as well you better put in your 2 weeks as far as paying him so they can put in the 2 weeks. This shit is not going to work out between them two. It's not. But yeah, y'all tell me what y'all think. I know. Bye.